The anabolic community versus the dietitian community is like the Beatles versus the Rolling Stones. One believes volume and protein is all that matters. The other believes in health, longevity, and quality of life. Today I'm going to be swapping my Walden Farms for Farm to Table in another chapter of macros versus micros. I am going to be following an article called The Perfect Day of Eating According to Dietitians. So it says at 7 a.m. when you wake up, before you break your fast with coffee, tea, or food, to have a glass of lemon water. This will help you absorb your nutrients better when you do actually eat. Though I do technically break my fast before my morning coffee, and it's somebody else that dictates the caloric impact. And I have not had lemon water in a very, very long time. So according to the article, it says that right now, before you eat anything, you're in your prime fat burning state. So it says to do a light bout of cardio for around 20 minutes before you actually eat your meal. So I can think of something that's not too difficult, though it would be pretty hard. But for the sake of YouTube, we're gonna go run some stairs. Now it's time to go back up. That was only 15 minutes of stairs, and that's killer. I literally just did this for this video, but this might actually be part of my daily routine going forward. 7:30 a.m. and it is breakfast time. So they suggest to have some oatmeal, and I can't argue with something warm and thick in the morning. So half a cup, it says it has a good amount of fiber and a decent amount of protein, which sounds like a declaration of war against my gains, but we're gonna go with it anyway. I'm gonna be missing the protein powder for sure. 45 grams, gonna pop into the microwave, and then we're gonna top it off dietitian style. It's gonna be a lot different than the Bro Day oats, I'm gonna tell you that. We got half our cup of oats, and now it's time to top it off with half a cup of mixed berries for some good antioxidants. Just gonna go with some blueberries and some strawberries. And I know today is all about health, but I would like to address the emotional side of things and ensure a happy home dynamic with a few dollops of pineapple as well. So we're gonna top it off with a bit of fruit, quarter cup of strawberries, a couple dollops of pineapple. And next up, we're gonna add, it says to add walnuts or almonds for a nice crunch, but like me on my trips to entertain the troops, we're gonna go with a variety of mixed nuts. So we have a nut medley here of almonds, hazelnuts, walnuts, cashews, and ooh, Brazil nuts, okay. A little bit of this, because this stuff packs a big caloric punch. And you know it's a dietitian's routine when you got some nuts in the mix. Alongside our oats, we have another giant glass of water, because you know how bodybuilders believe that we should always be having protein? Dietitians believe you should always be having water. So a lot of water today. And then we had an option. If you wanted to add more protein to your oats, there's an option between a glass of milk, hard-boiled eggs, and then some Greek yogurt. That's like choosing between blondes, brunettes, and a fully loaded home gym. Of course you're gonna go with a fully loaded home gym. So we're gonna top it off with around half of a serving. It tastes so much more healthy. I know it's very trendy this day and age to skip breakfast and have coffee and sip it up until lunch, but in the article it says specifically not to do that. You'll get hungry, you'll get desperate, and end up making poor choices similar to the ones that had me riding more than shotgun when hitchhiking Route 66. Those jorts really did work. In my opinion, if I had to have breakfast, I would opt for something higher in protein and higher in fat as opposed to all the carbs, but hey, what do I know? It is snack time, y'all. Also the pre-workout meal. So they suggest to eat every 3 to 4 hours to avoid a big mealtime binge. So for the snack today, we have an option between a handful of nuts and an apple with some string cheese. Now I would go with the handful of nuts, but it's kind of reminding me of when my doctor turned the tables and had me examine him. But anyway, so we're gonna go with the apple and the string cheese, though I do prefer a citrus with a fresher milk product, but hey, it is what it is. They suggest to sit down when you eat, so string cheese and an apple, and in the article it says that everybody should have an apple in their desk drawer because it aids in productivity, though I found a peach always makes things finish faster. Gotta love a good crispy gala. Oh wow. Also, this is gonna be very new territory for me, but it says to try to drag out the meal as long as you possibly can, roughly 10 to 15 minutes. And the more that you chew, the more nutrients that you absorb. So we're gonna be edging our way to a very strong finish. And I have no idea how this is gonna last 10 to 15 minutes, but we're gonna try to really, really savor our food here. I already want to swallow. You getting bored over there, Kofi?
I mean, like, I don't have any food, so. There we go.
Since today is all about health, I thought I'd show you BPN's new collagen protein, and I'm gonna be doing a giveaway right now. So 2 people are gonna win a tub of collagen protein. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below your Instagram handle, and what does health mean to you? Winners will be announced March 6th. Now let's go to the gym. Before we get into the workout, it says 11:30 to noon, take your vitamins and stretch. So I don't take vitamins, so I'm gonna have my pre-workout while I stretch, and I never stretch. Whenever I do videos where I stretch, I say I'm gonna do it going forward, and just like when I say I'm gonna give up donuts for Lent, I quit on day 1. So as of right now, I'm gonna start stretching going forward, and you should too. I don't even know how to stretch. Like, I literally don't know how to stretch. I'm not even remotely surprised they're stretching in this day at all. Since today is all about optimizing your health and your diet, the workout tells me about optimizing your workout. So I found an article on Men's Journal, the best workout routine ever according to science, and the guy seems to be quite legit. Jeffrey M. Willardson, he is a professor of kinesiology. He put one together. We're gonna try it out right now. By the looks of it, it doesn't seem great. I mean, Jeff Nippert would be very, very upset. Okay, so first exercise is gonna be the dumbbell front squat. Everything today is only 1 set, 10 to 15 reps, not to failure. So nowhere near enough volume. In my opinion, I feel like this is a good workout for the average person, but if you're looking to build your physique, this ain't it. This ain't it. Next thing we're gonna do, standing dumbbell shoulder press. So this actually could be a good workout routine. If you're traveling, you wanna do a full body workout, you don't have a lot of time, this could be a good routine to kind of resort to. I shouldn't have talked so much shit, Kofi. One thing that I've noticed, because I do 2 sets instead of 1, is that the less sets that you do, the more you focus on the volume that you're doing, because you only have 2 sets, you want to make sure that the movement is performed perfectly. And in my opinion, 2 good sets is better than 4 mediocre sets. So just because you're doing 1 set or 2 doesn't mean you're going to grow less. It could actually mean more results. I feel like I have to apologize before I do this one, and you'll see why. You can practically see my virginity. A lot of people might be wondering, how do you progress on an exercise like this, especially when you're only doing 1 set, 10 to 15 reps. What I would suggest is just to slowly try to add reps every single week. So shoot for, 1 set of 10, next week 1 set of 11, all the way up to 1 set of 15 with your body weight. Then once you get that, start back over at 1 set of 10 and then add some weight, gradually build up to the 15, go back down, add some weight, continue that process for literally every exercise in this workout. Okay, so that is gonna conclude the workout. I was a fan of like 90% of the exercise selection in the workout. Hungry now, and there's no better way to, cure this hunger than with a big old salad. For lunch today, they recommend a big salad, and they actually show you in the article how to build a better salad. And it says to start off with dark leafy greens and pile them high. The dark ones do tend to fill you the most. And then it says to, add a bunch of veggies. The more color and variety, the better. Definitely the motto of 2022. And they say in the article, in quotes, get adventurous with your different veggies every single day. Definitely something I'm not gonna take to heart again. And then it says to go with half a cup of protein. I didn't know I wanted to become a Victoria's Secret model. That is nowhere near enough. And then good for you fats. Do you hear that, Kofi? That's every single bodybuilder leaving the conversation right now, because nobody cares about good for you fats. That just adds calories to our meal. And speaking of fats, it always says to have the dressing on the side, because not all salads need as much dressing for an enthusiastic tossing. Am I right? So just a little bit here. And then last but not least, it says, if you must, only if you absolutely must, and you'll have to pay the consequences later, you can have a slice of whole grain bread. It seems like there's a lot hinging on that bread. It kind of seems like they're talking to someone who's newly keto, who's trying to avoid a full-on carb relapse, but I feel like I might be in trouble with these little nacho chips, but if this is steak, I'm very happy I didn't try the shrimp. 3:30 to 4 o'clock, it's time for a snack, and this is called the witching hour, though by the looks of this, it looks more like the start of a teasing minute. So it says that everyone needs to have a snack between lunch and dinner, and I couldn't agree more, but if you don't need it, don't have it. It's an optional snack, but if I have an opportunity to eat, you know I'm gonna take it. So let's get some peanut butter on here, on this banana. Kind of reminds me of my first driving experience with Daniel. Didn't see any of the movie, but didn't leave any peanut butter behind.
Well,
yeah.
Who the hell is Daniel?
Decided to come home. So it says in the article, when you get home from work, before dinner is when you have the munchies, when you want to kind of overeat and snack on things before dinner. So it recommends to have a pre-dinner activity that you regularly do every single day. Again, just like this morning, it doesn't have to be like crazy. It could be as simple as getting off the bus a few stops early on your way back home from work. So I'm gonna do the Peloton right now for, again, around 20 minutes, build up an appetite, head home, and then make some dinner. Let's do a nice little low impact ride, 20 minutes with Cody. I think it's pretty obvious today, based off reading the article, that this is for pretty much like the average person, how to stay healthy, not like your typical bodybuilder or like person who's really into fitness. So I actually really like how, you know, they ask you to do small amounts of activity at every part of the day, not too much, because if you do too much at once, your probability of you sticking to it for a long period of time will start to diminish. So just 20 minutes in the morning, you know, walking a little bit throughout the day, and then 20 minutes before dinner, it all adds up to a lot of results. So, you know, I think just a little bit here and there is a lot better than all at once. For dinner tonight, we have a 2-course meal. So in the article, it says to have a nice bowl of soup before your main course, because it'll help you eat less overall, which is my same psychology behind my investment into foreplay. You want to provide value early on for an underwhelming main event. So we have ourselves this Amy's Organic Soup Minestrone. I'm growing up, it's not chicken noodle. This is kind of when I wish I had that whole grain piece of bread from lunchtime. And soup always just reminds me of my grandma. It just gives me shivers in my thighs. But let's see how Amy tastes right now. Oh, and I think I get it. I think I get the psychology behind having soup before the main course, because soup has such a meditative quality. It's the kindest part of any cuisine. You know what I mean? It's very calming. It soothes the throat. And you just get into this very relaxed kind of state where you just don't even have the need to eat, you know? And I feel like that's, by the time I'm done this bowl, I'm gonna feel calm, I'm gonna feel collected, I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna have no need to binge. Okay, so now we are plating up the main course, and it says 3 ounces of salmon. I mean, at this point, you might as well just leave it in the wild for somebody who will actually appreciate it, like a grizzly or Sasquatch, but that's 3 ounces of salmon. What the? Okay. And for the carb source, we have ourselves some brown rice. So not white today, so they only reign supreme in the egg world. And then I got some Brussels sprouts on the side for some greenery. And that is my very lackluster, non-exciting dinner to pair with 4 ounces of wine. I didn't know the goal of this meal was to have me sleepwalk into eating half a rotisserie chicken at 3 a.m. So we have ourselves 4 ounces of wine on the side, which looks to be a little bit more than 4 ounces. Whoopsie. So good for antioxidants, kind of removes some stage fright. And I'm just hoping that they left a chapter out in the Bible where they turned water into wine and then wine into a protein shake with only 3 ounces of salmon. Tastes like a grape. Now let's move on to the salmon. Here we go. I always say people who think that brown rice is better than white rice are the same type of people that say that Brita filters actually make a difference. I don't get you. I feel like eating is a form of meditation, you know? You really gotta appreciate the food and just savor every bite. No distractions, just be thankful for what's in front of you. 400 to 500 calorie dinner, not a lot. My typical is like around 1,000. It's just gonna leave me desperate for something more a little later on. Wrapping up the night with the late night snack. So it says to have things like fruit with peanut butter, dark chocolate, or real fruit popsicles. So I found these orange and mixed berry popsicles, 30 calories per one. It just says to really have anything with nutritional value, nothing really with empty calories. At this time of the day, this is where you have junk food, chips, candies while you watch a movie. So just really anything that can provide some sort of health and nutrition. So I'm gonna take this whole thing down, not on camera. I don't want you guys to start calling me Stormy Daniels, but vitamin C in preparation for vitamin D. Today, the diet was different than what I'm used to. I feel great. No artificial sweeteners. I don't feel bloated. I just feel good. And there must be something to the dietitian mentality. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.